toast masters and most welcome guests. Tonight I'm going to talk to you about gender equality. I've obviously lulled you into a false sense of security with my last speeches about children and happiness. Tonight we'll talk about feminism.
Ooh.
So gender equality spans everything, but tonight I'm going to talk to you with focus on feminism. And first of all, I'm going to give you a current view of what's going on in predominantly the UK and America. And all the statistics I'm using are from 2013 to now. Next, I'm going to talk to you interestingly about why feminism is so good for men and the pros of feminism for men. Got some raised eyebrows over here already. And finally, I'm going to talk to you about what I'm not used to around here. So, first of all, the current picture in the UK and a little bit in the US. All the data I'm giving you is actually to do with workplace because it's very quantifiable. It's not opinions, it's facts, it's numbers, it's hard data. Last year, we did a survey of 98 meetings with at least 6 people in with an equal gender split. Afterwards, they asked the participants questions over a wide variety so they didn't know what they're being quizzed on. When women spoke for 25% of a meeting, their male colleagues perceived they were having an equal amount of talking time. When women talked to 45% of the meeting, still less than half, their male colleagues seemed them to be dominating the conversation or talking too much. Now, you might get certain readers, men or even women, saying, well, that's because maybe men are better at business. Let's look at the data behind that. Fortune 500 did a study last year where it showed that the highest percentile of companies, the companies that had the highest percentile of women on their boards compared to the lowest percentile of women had a 66% higher return on investment capital. That's huge. So well done for having a lady on board with your project. Really good job. 52% of the women last year of the UK workforce in this obviously particular survey was sexually harassed at work last year, compared to 9% of men. Last year, there was a study done of 3,000 people in the UK, half men, half women, and 40% of the men asked in 2015, 44% said they didn't think women should be able to do whatever job they wanted. In England, that's insane. And finally, my favourite statistic I found out is if a woman works in the UK from 18 to 59 and takes no time off to raise her children, she will earn for the same job £361,000 less than a male counterpart. For the same job. That's wild. Quantifiable data, no one can deny sexism is alive and kicking. But feminism for men. That's what I'm all about. Because gender equality isn't just about feminism. Sexism is alive and kicking for men as well. You want to go to a custody battle, you want to have 50-50% custody of your child, as a man, you're not necessarily get it. So there are things against men as well. So, why is feminism so good for men? Firstly, that favourite thing, we can do it, the poster of a woman like this. Turns out our gender bias against jobs are nearly as bad towards men as they are towards women. That same survey where 44% of men said they didn't think women could do anything, 40% of people asked said they didn't think men should be allowed to be nannies, be nurses, be primary school teachers. What does that tell our men? They can't have jobs that are nurturing. They have to be breadwinners and have high-paid jobs. We live in a world where men and women have equal financial responsibility. Those stereotypes are wiped out. Number 2, what is the biggest killer of men in the Western world from 20 to 45? Anybody know? Suicide. By a huge proportion. When you look at suicide statistics, men are 8 times more likely to kill themselves than women. Because men have to man up. Toughen up, you've got your period, mate. There's this whole stereotype about men not expressing their feelings. And yes, it's becoming more relevant and more accepted for men to share their feelings. Men are more likely to kill themselves. Also, I'm sure many of you remember last year in America, a horrific massacre in Orlando. And the main headline of that was, he was a Muslim. that may or may not be true, but when you take from Sandy Hook all the way through to the Orlando killings, there were 998 mass killings in America, 2 of them perpetrated by Donald Trump's favourite topic, Muslims. 998 of them were perpetrated by men. Not one of them was a woman. They're angry, not listened to, they have to man up. They're not being nurtured in the way that some girls are allowed to be. So if we have this more nurturing structure that allows men to be sensitive, there's less violent crime. You look at violent crimes in Scandinavian countries where gender roles are a lot less biased. They're so much fewer of them. Finally, wouldn't it be nice if we lived in a world where men could have any hobby they wanted? My male friend has secretly recently taken up knitting, and he loves it. None of his male friends know. He can't tell them, so I can't tell them how to knit, that's ridiculous. So let's imagine this world where feminism is alive and kicking, and men have the spoils of feminism. I think the pros for women are really clear: more pay, more freedom, be able to walk down the street without being walked to the back or grabbed at. But the benefits of men are clear. So, what do I want you to do about it? Number 1, watch your language. Like a girl. You're a bit of a pussy, aren't you, mate? Big girl's brows. Man up. Toughen up. Grow a pair. Just stop saying them. Stop calling girls bossy. Don't call boys bossy. Get rid of your gender biased language. It's very, very powerful to do that. Number 2, what I really, really want you to do is I want you to call people on it. If you're in a meeting and some mansplains to a woman, talks over her, I said, oh, Susan was a bit chatty, wasn't she? Call them on it, kindly. You can't, don't snap at people, because nothing will turn people off as quickly as being rude. But say, no, actually, I think we should listen to a bit more. Call people on it. Women call men on it. They need to do that more, and men need to call men on it more, and women need, everyone needs to be held responsible for this. And finally, the last thing I want you to do is I want you to all be held responsible. When couples share 50% of housework, their children are less likely to have mental health problems. Their children do better in school. Couples who share 50% of housework have more sex, significantly. So if nothing else, sell it to you, there you go. So when your boyfriend does the washing up, don't say, oh, are you feeling alright? But also men don't say, oh, look, I'm pitching in. Just share it. It's 2016, and also, can't talk about sexism really without talking about our dear friend Donald Trump. We are heading into a time of man is about to run the United States of America, who says stuff like, grab her by the pussy. I find that so offensive, it's unbelievable. So what I want you to do is be a feminist. And if you really want to be a feminist, ask yourself the following question. You go out for dinner, and a woman pays the bill, goes to the toilet. As a man, how do you feel about that? But as a woman, if you go out for dinner with a man, he says, it's your turn to pay. How do you feel about that? Make sure that you are a feminist to your core for the sake of men, women, and the next generation. Thank you very much.